Hi everybody, welcome to 30 Days Until Done product placement. Today we're working on our fifth day of our month. We're working on a short story, and this is working on strategies to get through this short story. And we've been working focused always on the idea of a short story is conflict, right? It begins with conflict, it ends with conflict. You're thinking to yourself, but what about? Well, here's the reason that you're thinking that. It's because conflict in terms of story is different than conflict in terms of real, right? You think of conflict in real terms as being a negative thing, and it is, right? So I don't want conflict in my life. I like nice, boring, peaceful conversation, right? That's the ultimate to me. But in story, conflict isn't necessarily antagonistic or bad. It's antagonistic in the story sense, right? And so we're going to keep going through this. Yesterday you worked on the second strategy, that your character is in order to get this. And your character has most likely failed. And if the character hasn't failed, then it's kind of like the story's done. Now we're going to gear up for the final conflict. And this is the conflict in which the two of them are going to come together, the protagonist and antagonist, having their ultimate sort of battle in this milieu, right? Whatever that could be. And they're either going to achieve, your protagonist is either going to achieve his or her goals, or he or she is going to fail at those. One of those two things is going to happen, right? Most likely, and this is usually what happens, I don't know what percentage, but your character in some way is going to fail and not get what he or she wants, but get what he or she needs. Right, and if you think of, let's just think of any story, Raiders of the Lost Ark, good movie, right? Doesn't get the Ark of the Covenant, but he does get what he needs according to Steven Spielberg, which is religiousness, right? And he also gets a woman who then disappears until the fourth terrible movie. Okay, but that's the resolution of that. Okay, so. We're gearing up for this final battle. This has to be kind of their ultimate move. What they see as their kind of checkmate move for this sort of thing. The first day was the first strategy was probably something like I want that thing. The second day strategy in the second part of the scene was probably I'm going to try to think of some sort of machination around this to get that thing. Now the third one, it's like, okay, I've got to get that thing. This is the thing that I'm going to do. Okay, so now what my character has wanted has been what he wanted. My 15-year-old protagonist boy, he's one of these kids, and he's wanted to have contact with people down the hill through his phone. And what he's thought this whole time is that he has wanted communion with people, and not realizing that this cell phone is the absolute worst way of achieving that, right? You get a little bit of flippancy without any sort of meaningful conversation. And now he's seen that this woman is talking to his parents, right, which is the ultimate bad thing. And so, well, how does he do it? What is a checkmate move for a 15-year-old? What is ultimate battle? He's going to go over and confront her, right, which is not his thing. And of course, my story, because I have my own political agenda, and they do not include cell phones. He's going to fail, and he's going to get what he needs rather than what he wants. What he wants is a cell signal. What he needs is actual human communication. And so when the cell goes off and he actually confronts this person, they're going to have a meaningful conversation. I think it's going to happen away from the parents. So okay, and so that's my big final conflict, and then we have one more thing to do before the story is over. So final conflict, work on that, post it down below, and we will talk to you about it. Okay.